Why do we need to recycle? I can't remember a time when I haven't heard about recycling. At school, in public, and even at home to this day, I still recycle. In this modern day and age, we are pushing more and more to reuse, reduce, and recycle. But why? Why is recycling so important? It's important to help save our planet from media output to save our planet marches. There is no denying the message. Trash is an enemy and contributor to climate change. Recycling is good for the environment and good for the economy. But using old disposable products which are no use and converting them back to the same new product gets rid of waste and gives jobs to the community. Reusing resources, reducing the amount of trash to the landfills, it helps is reducing air and water pollution. Not only that, but recycling is energy saving to reduce the future efforts of global warming. We've been careless up to this point. Recycling disposable materials helps make the environment clean and reduces landfill waste, which in turn keeps our air and water resources safe. Air pollution is a big problem, especially in high polluted areas. Recycling and reducing the amount of waste inhabiting the earth can significantly decrease the use of fossil fuel energy, as well as CO2 emissions and greenhouse gases. When manufacturers use recycled papers, they cut air pollution by 73% and water by 35%. Recycled steel produces 97% of the mining waste produced through manufacture of virgin resources, and cuts back 86% of the air pollution and 76% of the water pollution. Using recycled glass decreases mining waste by 80% and air pollution by 20%. Our oceans and freshwater resources are in trouble. Water is where life begins and why life continues. It is also the world's most threatened essential resource. Reusing recycled materials helps conserve fresh water up to 95% in the mining and manufacturing of raw materials. Among the most commonly found types of trash in the ocean are cigarette butts and filters, water wrappers, plastic beverage bottles, and plastic bags, as well as industrial waste chemicals from factories that are often dumped right into the rivers or canals. 44% of all seabird species, all sea turtle species, and a growing number of fish have been found with plastic in or on their bodies. Recycling is a key aspect in reducing the pollution of the world. We can help by picking up after ourselves and cutting down on our use of disposable single-use products like straws, bottles, plastic utensils, and other disposables. You'll help lessen the likelihood that they'll find our way into our waterways and the efforts of waste on air and water quality. Once disposable materials are recycled, they can be repurposed or put through a process to be reused. This saves more energy, boosts our economy, and can stop climate change. Cutting down on waste and recycling everyday materials saves energy and reuse resources and resources that affect the planet in a negative way. Decreasing climate changing carbon emissions is a big part of the recycling process. Recycling will ensure less energy will be used to sourcing and processing new raw materials, equally lower carbon emissions. The reduction of carbon dioxide and greenhouse gases being emitted into the atmosphere is virtual in stopping climate change. The manufacturing of recycled products also take less energy than raw materials. Manufacturing new aluminum from old materials such as cans, foil use 95% less energy than from scratch, and 70% less energy from steel. Instead of using wood fibers, making paper from pulped recycled papers takes less than 40% energy. The amount of energy saved from recycling glass bottles could power a 100-watt light bulb. A downfall of producing products from natural raw materials such as paper, plastics, metal, and glass is that it is expensive and time-consuming compared to recycling process, which also saves energy, and that energy can be diverted into other important things in the economy. Another and important economic impact recycling can have on the world is saves money. Money saved and the amount of employment generated. Recycling can be a great economic impact and generated employment. The manpower involved in logistics, sorting, and processing of our waste is considerable. For every one job in waste management, there is 4 jobs in recycling industry. The consistent practice of recycling helps to provide 1.1 million jobs and aid in welfare for families. Multiple organizations insist that the benefits significantly outweigh the additional resources and costs. In fact, properly running recycling programs cost the government and taxpayers and business owners less money than waste programs. Recycling is a $200 billion industry in the U.S. and makes money and generates $35 million in annual pay. Another bonus is that people can even make money by collecting approved materials and take them to a nearby recycling facility that will pay for the product. On average, Americans throw away 185 pounds of plastic every year. It accounts for over 10% of the total waste we generate. The plastic that is thrown away with the rest of the trash goes into the landfill, which contributes a lot to the land and water pollution. The hard truth is that we all need to get into the habit of using less stuff in the first place. Reducing the amount of waste in the landfills gives us the land back to nature. This equally decreases the amount of air, water, and soil pollution. If we can stay on track, we will be at a recycling rate of 75% by 2030 and keep creating 1 million jobs per year. A world of Greta Thunberg. We can't solve a crisis without treating it as a crisis.